Hey everybody, this is Roy Canny, and this is Favorite Game Friday, where we have a group of contributors with completely different taste in gaming talking about their favorite game in the category of the week. This week, it's close to Valentine's Day, so we're talking about two-player games. What's a game that plays with two players that you really enjoy? And it's bonus points if it's really good with couples. Make sure to leave that down in the comments below, especially if it was one you didn't see earlier on Favorite Game Friday. But anyway, let's get right to the contributors' clips.
Hi, it's Barb, Meeple PhD, and my favorite two-player game is Agricola All Creatures Great and Small. This is a two-player implementation of Agricola where you are focusing more on the animal husbandry part of this. You are building up your fields and trying to populate them with as many of the animals as you possibly can. It is way less punishing than its older brother and a very enjoyable experience. Happy Friday.
I love games where you find new strategies even after dozens of plays. And one that's still surprising me is Paris, City of Lights. It has just enough hidden information where you can't plan out the whole game in ahead of time. And what better setting for an intimate night than Paris?
I don't usually play a lot of two-player games because I usually play with 3 players, 4 players, or solo. But I recently was able to play Adventures, Paperback Adventures. This is a solo game primarily, but has a really wonderful two-player mode, which I was able to play. If you do get this played, make sure you get one of the character boxes, because you can't play the game without the main core box and one of the character boxes. It has a great two-player mode. It's also a great solo game if you like word games. That's Paperback Adventures.
What is up, everyone? I'm the winner, and welcome to our game room. It is that time of the week again. It is Friday, and you know what that means? It's another Favorite Game Friday. The topic this week is your favorite two-player games, and this week I couldn't make a decision on one game alone. I had to pick 2. My favorite two-player games are Blitzkrieg and Seven Wonders Duel. Both, you cannot go wrong with these games. I chose two-player only games instead of a game that I enjoy two-player, because if that was the case, I'd choose Ankh and stuff like that. But these are my favorite two-player only games. I hope everyone had a wonderful week and you have a great week next week. Thanks for watching. Keep playing and keep winning.
Hey, friends and gamers, it's Frenchie. Happy Friday. My favorite two-player game to feature on this Friday is War of the Ring. Can't go wrong with this epic Middle-earth game. 2 players fighting over control of Middle-earth. 1 player is playing the Shadow People, Saruman and Sauron, and then the other player is playing the Free Peoples, Elves, Dwarves, and of course the Fellowship. Either the Shadow players win by controlling Middle-earth, or the Free Peoples go ahead and get the ring into Mordor and do that before the corruption of the ring takes over Sam and Frodo. Great 2-player game, and my favorite for this week. Until next week. Play nice.
Hi, I'm Wendy Yee, and one of my favorite games for 2 players is Fugitive. It's a cool chase after each other game where one person is the fugitive trying to run away and the other one is the marshal trying to get them. And it's a cool hidden movement thing with an awesome set of cards that have great pictures. So anyways, favorite 2-player game.
Hi, I'm Joe from Dice of Wrath. Today we're talking about 2-player games. One of the ones that I like is Quarto. In this, you're trying to get 4 in a row of the same type of thing, whether they're the same shape, the same color, the same height, or if they're hollow or solid. Once you do, you win. Seems easy, but it's a lot tougher than you may think. It's quick and it's easy to teach. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Julian and this is Libby and we are from Box Meeples.
My favourite two-player game, which I think many who have seen our channel would have known, is Rebellion. But at this time of year, we tend to play some smaller games. So this week I'm picking Paris, Cité de Lumière. I love how it is in 2 different parts, and we also love adding in the Eiffel expansion. It's a lovely polyomino placing, special powered postcards gem of a game.
Now, at this time of year, ideal game to play would be Patchwork Valentine's Edition, or indeed Fog of Love. Both great 2-player games, but I'm picking The Rocketeer, which is a board game we like to play throughout the year. 2-player only game, recreating that popular 90s film. One side is the goodies, the other the baddies, and you're fighting over who's going to get those rocket plans.
Assalamu alaikum. Even though for two players my favorite game is going to be Jaipur, but just to recommend something different, I'm going to recommend Claim or Claim 2. Essentially they are the same game but with different powers that are going to come. It's a trick taking game which is only for two players and which is divided into two phases. In the first phase you will be kind of playing tricks to get the cards which you're going to use in the second phase to actually win the tricks to which are going to be meaningful for getting the points to win the game. But with different characters which give you superpowers or different abilities to counteract with each other. So that's why it's a very unique trick taking game which really works good for two players. So my favorite two-player game, Claim 2. Happy gaming!
Two-player games you can't go wrong with. A little bit of Blitzkrieg, Thunder War, Lightning War. Blitzkrieg, World War II in 20 minutes is not an exaggeration. This is a fantastic, fun little tug-of-war game. I don't even like tug-of-war as a mechanism. Here, look at this instead of me. I love Blitzkrieg. Fantastic game. Highly recommend it.
Hello, this is Chris with B5, and my pick for a two-player game is Radlands. Radlands is a great two-player card game set in a post-apocalyptic world where two players battle each other for control of resources. I really enjoy Radlands because it's easy to learn. It plays quick in about 20 to 30 minutes. And even though it's easy to learn and plays quick, it still has a good depth of strategy. On top of that, it has some excellent artwork and the components are top notch. I definitely recommend checking out Radlands if you enjoy card games.
Normally I would say War of the Ring, but this time I'm gonna say Summoner Wars 2nd Edition. I just played this with my girlfriend and we had a blast. I also played with Tom and had a lot of fun with it as well. I love all the different factions in Summoner Wars and it's always fun trying to figure out how to protect your summoner and take out your opponent's summoner, and the card play in this game is amazing. Summoner Wars 2nd Edition.
Hello, I'm Ray.
And I'm Jenny, and we're Weber Family Reviews and two-player games. I love farming games. This is one that actually Ray actually likes. So
Yep.
This is Fields of Arle, which is two-player only, UA Rosenberg.
And a little bit harder to find, and from Mattel, but this is a really great two-player quick fun game called Spirits of the Wild. Happy Friday, happy gaming.
Hi, this is Diane from Toronto, and my favorite two-player game to play on Valentine's Day is Codenames Duet. It's a great way to bond with your partner as you manage to use your own secret language to determine how to get someone to guess frost without accidentally guessing blizzard. It's the age-old question, and one that definitely needs to be solved on Valentine's Day.
Hello, my name is Kiri Volchu. Here I do my favorite two-player game. It's Go Up. Corley, we have to set it up for Bobby B to play. And you have to get a biggest pile to win. And if you get a biggest pile, you win. And then you can start all over again if you want to play again. Thank you.
Hey everybody, we're the Chasing Meeples podcast, and the game we'd like to talk to you about this week is one where you are competing against rival guilds. Yeah, I went there. And that is Splendor Duel. Angie, why don't you tell everybody about this one?
Splendor Duel takes place in the same universe as the original with several changes. My favorite are the player board, the extra scoring conditions, and a privilege scroll. They allow you to take an extra chip before the beginning of your turn, which sometimes comes in handy because you have somebody that might hoard the blue chips and not spend them.
I don't hoard the blue chips. What are you
I said somebody
about?
might.
Somebody
might. I did say you.
By everybody.
I
don't hoard the blue ones.
Whoa! Crocodile! I love this game! Me too. We should shoot around. Okay.
Hey everybody, I couldn't pick between two of my more recent favorite two-player games. The first one is Ghost Snap, a game where you find a ghost camera and the two of you have to try to take pictures of ghosts. The second one is Sapporo 1876, a game where you're trying to settle Sapporo by doing things like raising your farm production, educating your people, and then putting them into the government. If you want to know which one of these made my top 5 games of 2022, well, you're going to have to go to my channel and find out.
My pick this week is Paradiso, which is a simple tile-laying game where you're building an island.
Yeah, that's a classic around here. All right, happy Friday, everybody.
Bye.
Hello, Twice as Nice Dice here. And today's subject is our favorite two-player games. And mine is Marvel United, in which I hope to play the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet one soon. My favorite is Hero Quest, and then I have a second one, which is also Marvel United.
I have a couple. I can't make up my mind. So I really like Caper. I like playing Canopy at 2 players, and I like Nanga Parbat. Bye!
I don't play a whole lot of 2-player games, but I'm going to pick a game that is exclusively 2 players. Skulk Hollow. Ooh. Yeah, this is a really cool asymmetric 2-player game where one player is playing as the guardians of a forest and one player is playing this big kind of behemoth, and you can jump on top of the behemoth if you're playing as the guardians. Cool card laying or card playing game, I should say. Skulk Hollow, probably my go-to 2-player game.
Hi, I'm Josh from the YouTube channel Josh Yaks, and my very favorite game that's designed strictly for 2 players is the whole Mr. Jack series of games. But of this series, the best of the best is Mr. Jack in New York. If you've ever played the original Mr. Jack and enjoyed it, you really owe it to yourself to give the New York version a try. It just takes the original base game and adds so many interesting elements in terms of allowing you to build out the map and how the buildings and other features are placed on it, and really opens up the play space. So Mr. Jack in New York, for me, is my favorite 2-player game.
Kia ora koutou, Kakuma Cat here, and finding a 2-player game was actually kind of hard because I mostly play solo. When I started board gaming, my intention was to try and get the kids off their devices, and I kind of mostly failed, to be honest, with one exception. Kill the Unicorns. This is the only game that I can get my daughter to play. My son doesn't want a bar of it. And I don't know if I should be proud or annoyed, because she just kind of picks and chooses what she wants to take, and she still wins. Anyway, have a good one.
It's always fun to have those 2-player games that you can come together and play at the table. Make sure to leave in the comments down below your favorite 2-player game, and make sure to check out our contributors from all around the world who join in here on Favorite Game Friday. It's always fun doing these every week, and if you want to be a part of Favorite Game Friday, make sure to check out the Google Drive link down below. All you have to do is click on that, add a super short video for next week's topic, and then you can be a part and join in as well. Speaking of next week, we're going to be talking about games that make you hungry, food games. Is there a food themed game that you really enjoy? Make sure to leave a super short video of that, and you can be a part of next week's show. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you next week. I've been Roy Canday. See ya.